guys, Angus here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to make a bean and cheese burrito and what you're gonna need. So you're gonna need rice of choice. I always use brown rice because I just think it has a little bit more flavor to it than white rice. Your cheese of choice, I like pepper jack, but you could also use shredded cheese, but it's okay to use any type of cheese and any type of format because we're gonna slice this up into small cubes so it can melt more easily. And then your beans, I like pinto beans, but you could also use black beans or refried beans or whatever you have, I guess. And seasoning for the beans. So I have here garlic and paprika. So in terms of what the kitchen equipment you're gonna use, you're gonna need a pot, and you're going to need a rice cooker. Now you can also cook rice without a rice cooker, but it's just way easier. And if you don't have one of these, just get one. They're not really that expensive and they make everything way easier. So I've measured out 1 cup of dry rice here. I think this actually ends up making like 2 cups of cooked rice because it expands while it cooks. I'm just gonna add this in right here. Now I find that 1 cup of dry rice makes enough rice for like 2 or 3 people. So I'm gonna have plenty for my 1 burrito. So I'm gonna be making extra burritos, kind of like a meal prep type of thing. So I'm gonna fill this up with water to the number 1 fill line and then start it up. And the reason I do this step first is because brown rice might take, I think it maybe takes like half an hour or so to cook. So I start with the rice. Okay, we're back and the rice cooker has about 10 minutes left on it. So we're gonna get started on the other parts of the burrito. We're gonna need the cheese and you need to open up this can of beans right here, which I already did. We're going to throw the beans into the pot and we're gonna throw some cheese in the pot. Now, last time I did this, I used about half a block and that was enough cheese for 2 or 3 burritos. Since I'm probably gonna make about the same amount of burritos this time, I'm also gonna use half a block. So I'm gonna chop off this, but I'm gonna cut it up into little pieces so that it melts easier. Okay, my cheese is now diced up. I'm not gonna throw this in the pot just yet. First, I'm gonna throw in the beans and get those to a good, I don't know what to call it because they don't really simmer. You kind of cook them below a simmer. I don't know, I want them to heat up. I also want to add that if you want some spice, you can add these babies, but these are not for the faint of heart. Do not sue me if you add these and you can't handle the heat. I'm not gonna do them this time because I'm gonna eat this burrito in the office tomorrow and I don't wanna be sweating, but those do have some really good flavor to them. So I'm gonna add these beans to the pot, get those going, then I'm gonna add the cheese. Also forgot to mention that I usually prepare all this in a 10-inch tortilla. Okay, the beans are getting pretty hot now, so I'm just gonna take that off and throw our cheese in. Now at this point you could have added some seasoning to the beans if you wanted, but it's really up to you what you want to do. And since I'm using pepper jack, my beans aren't gonna need that much because the pepper jack is gonna have a little spice in it. But I usually use like paprika, garlic, or pepper. Maybe sometimes salt for the beans. Just experiment with it, see what you like. So here's what it's gonna look like once you've added your rice and your beans and you've let it kind of melt in with the cheese. It's gonna look like this. You can change the ratio of the ingredients however you want. If you want it more beany, you can add more of that. You want more rice, you can add more of that. For me, I'm gonna end up having a little bit of rice left over, but that's fine because rice is versatile. I can use it on another day. If you want to add like onions or tomatoes or something like that, you can, but I keep it pretty simple. So I'm gonna start scooping this out into the tortillas and I'm probably gonna be able to make like 3 or 4 burritos from this, I think. Thought I had something else to say. Oh yeah, another reason why I like this recipe is when all is said and done, I'm just gonna have 2 dishes. I'm gonna have the inside of the rice cooker to clean, and I'm gonna have this pot. and then maybe a fork or a knife or something like that. But other than that, this really doesn't take very many dishes to cook up, which is why I like this recipe. Alright, so from that I have 3 burritos, one of which I'm gonna eat in the office tomorrow, and the other 2 might be dinner, or one of them might be a little snack tonight. Thanks for joining me, guys. Bye.